Yo, it's Painted Blues.
It's your boy Erica.
You watching Reels? Yo, what up? It's Painted Blues.
It's your boy Roxanne.
And you watch. Yo, it's Painted Blues.
It's your boy Gary.
Yo, it's Painted Blues.
It's your boy Roxanne.
And you watching The Spill with Juice Spot.
See how he set up the block. Take off a nigga who do not deliver. Take off a nigga who do not deliver.
Put that little bitch on the team. Put that little bitch on the knees. Take the little perk.
You watching The Spill with Juice Shot It. I don't know who I am anymore.
Bing, bing, bing.
Ivy, how did that come to fruition?
Me and Reek was like rapping in, what was that, like early high school, like sophomore, junior year maybe. We was rapping with another dude, and we just kind of was like, me and him kind of saw eye to eye, and we was just like, yeah, fuck this nigga, right? And he was like, yeah. So we just dipped off and did our own thing, and actually made a collective. We got the bass on. He was singing. He was doing a little fucking. Not really that deep, but
Yeah.
he was in the band, and I was like, oh shit, we can have our little fucking token singer in the group and shit.
Token white boy. That's what he means.
So why y'all say fuck him? Why y'all kick him out the group?
He was a bitch ass nigga. That's about it.
Y'all
The thing
misunderstood.
is, it just, like, he didn't have no
other
story.
nigga.
He didn't have a story to tell, and he didn't want to be authentic to himself. You know, a lot of shit that he was putting on wax wasn't even happening in real life, so it was like, you can't stand behind that shit.
Yeah.
So it was cool for a minute, because he was getting a studio time, and, I mean, he was in his house recording and shit, so everything was cool, but like, bro, I was just like, the whole time I was like, man, this shit don't sit right with me, and he didn't really see it. He didn't really see what we was on either, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of mutual. It wasn't like, hey, we ain't fucking with you. It was like, we literally like,
It was like separate ways.
we like, it wasn't on some like teaming up shit. We used to talk and chop it up here and then, but it's not even worth it no more.
Cause I'm here now.
So when did blues become a factor?
Recently?
It's been like 2 years now. Yeah, so we've kind of been going hard for 2 years. But I've always been a factor individually, so let's not get that fucked up. Ever. But it was just a smart move to join because these guys are cool. They're good friends, actually. That's like the basis of it. Because like a lot of shit I do is like based off of like pure intention and just like, I guess, vision. So it made a lot more sense than like working with a lot of other people trying to do a lot of shit, a lot of ignorant shit, I guess. I don't know. It's like, as far as like sonically and then the place we're trying to take it, it's the smartest move. So yeah, that's kind of how that happened, because we were already doing stuff individually and it was like a powerhouse, and we decided to be a conglomerate. So like, I had one side of the market and he had the other side of the market, and we were like, let's just take the market.
So what's it like being an artist in San Antonio? Coming out of San Antonio.
This question, is this an honest question? Are we being honest? No, I love it here. So like, that's how I feel about it. I love it here, but I mean, if we're being realistic, it sucks. Because I do a lot as far as like trying to push the market. Like, I was supposed to set up a meeting with a bunch of people in media, not to say any specific names or anything.
Yeah.
But I was supposed to do a lot to actually campaign and push like the, I guess, local subnet culture that we have here.
Yeah.
And like, I'm a forward proponent of like all of that stuff. So like, the market here is something I want to expand on, but as far as it being as lucrative as it needs to be, it's not amazing.
What do y'all picture Ivy in 5 years?
Employers, for one. Not employees, employers. We was just talking about this.
I think a lot of boundaries are going to be pushed as we grow individually, because right now the focus is outside of just art as far as music, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, right now it's about progress at the utmost purest way. Like, right now it's about expanding, so it's not so much just like even the music experience, but like the whole human thought process, the way that people even experience things. You know what I mean? Like for me right now, my biggest science experiment is trying to figure out how people can see new colors when they hear my music, and that's important. But in order to do that, we have to expand people's ways of thought by a far margin. So I think that's what's going to come into play, is a lot more revolutionizing.
So how are you pushing that expansion outside of music?
It starts with yourself. So like every personal change that you make to yourself begins the change that you're able to translate to the rest of the world.
Shrooms.
How often do you do shrooms?
I've done it once, and that's all I needed. I was straight. I was good. That was my personal journey. But as far as that goes, it's some more of what I learned from it. It was what he's speaking on as far as like, you really got to take the responsibility of what the platform, and really be conscious of what you're putting into people's heads. Yeah. And that's one of the things that we're like, for me, I can speak on myself, like I'm really starting to transition into that, and I wasn't before. I was just saying whatever, you know what I'm saying? Half the time I don't even write my shit, so I just be in there just saying whatever's on my mind. Gotta be more kind of like starting to be a little bit more like, you know, like staying true to ourselves, speaking our truths, letting that speak for itself, but always being conscious and trying to like have actual goals, because I can be honest and say the first 3-4 years I was doing this shit, like I didn't know exactly why. I'd be like, yeah, I want to get my mom a crib and all that, but like now it's got to the point where it's more of a universal duty than
it's not like a lot of other rappers where it doesn't matter what we're saying. You know, it's because of the way that we're trying to put stuff and like the way that people pay attention to it now. Like the shit, it's different. It's different because niggas are just oversaturating everything. You know what I mean? Like everything is the same versus like the stuff that has to be given to people in order for our generations to like keep going and keep creating like this. It has to be different, and that's where we are.
Yeah, there's a lot of change that needs to be done, and we've seen that. We're not trying to go against the grain. You know, a lot of people try to be anti. Sometimes they need that force. You know, sometimes you do need to go be anti, but at the same time, letting people know we're still right there with them. You know, we understand, but we're not trying to feel the ignorance.
Y'all just opened up for Tory Lanez. You want to talk about what that was like?
No.
You want to talk about what that was like?
It was cool. I mean, for me, it was a learning experience. I've done a lot of opening shows. Done shows like we did Model Luna. We done.
Niggas gotta pay the ticket now. Is my point.
We've done crazy ass festivals, shows, and fucking parties
favors.
And all this shit. Yeah, on the business side, yeah, I'm not even gonna touch on that. But on the personal side, it kind of was. For me, damn, it's kind of crazy saying that. I realized this shit ain't really like. I used to just rage, bro. I used to just go out there and fucking like. Just throw my body out in the crowd and shit and just turn the fuck up and you better turn the fuck up, like get your fucking face in, you like get mad, you know, go out there straight angry. And this time I did it again. I walked out there and I was just pissed. I had a reason to be mad for some shit that happened backstage prior, but like I went out there and I was like, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use this anger, and it really created a barrier between me and the people. Like, yeah, they was fucking with it. They was singing the songs and shit, but I didn't feel like I gave them the experience I wanted, you know, and that's been missing. Like, they go to our shows because they know it's gonna be wild. They know it's gonna be some crazy ass shit. Padre, we was like, I seen like six pairs of titties. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's 12 titties. Yeah. So like I seen that. You know what I'm saying? It's tight. It's tight. But it's like when you walk away. Like I just remember like seeing Kendrick perform and Chance the Rapper perform versus seeing, you know, my fucking favorite artists, like some of my favorite artists perform like Thug and Uzi and shit. There's a difference. It's like that gospel feeling. You start feeling like God's in the room. And that's what we're trying to do now. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I learned from that show. I was like, man, this is tight. But afterwards, I was just like, man, I feel like I'm just...
Yeah, so that's what I meant. I mean, it's not that I didn't want to talk about the show. It's just that now it's peculiar. It's particular about the experience. So, like, if you do come to a show, sonically the focus is on you now through us, you know? it's for you guys more than it is for us.
Mm-hmm.
So from when you first started, like when y'all first started as a collective, how much has changed since then? Like
a lot.
As far as like
I
people,
wasn't
like,
even here.
fucking with y'all.
Shit, just since you've been here, and shit, bro.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever
Life,
think it would get
dog.
to the point that y'all are at now?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes, in the matter of like badassness, but
Yeah.
no in the matter of shittiness.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to explain it. Because I'm not supposed to be here right now, but this is the best place I could be.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, I should be somewhere else, but also because I'm not elsewhere, I'm forced to look at who I am and figure out where I'm supposed to go. Does that make sense?
That make sense, Tevin? Nigga said no.
That's where we're at. See, that's why we have to keep expanding everybody's mind so that they can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Everybody, and especially when you're working with a collective, everybody has their own shit going on. It wasn't just music. It was, you know, we had Will doing the cooking, we had Ian doing the clothes. We had like so much shit going on, but I don't even see them niggas no more, really.
Yeah.
You know, like I still talk to Willie here and there, but like it's just more of like I remember the sense of family,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and now it's like we out here now, like it's like fucking, it shit ain't fun in games no more, you know what I'm saying? And the people who realize that, they're here still, and the people who didn't, they're not, you know, just to put it that way.
How much pressure do y'all deal with as artists?
Too much. Y'all seen Atlanta?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I have
Paperboy.
a story, bro. I could not tell this story, bro.
Tell it.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Tell
I have
it.
a story. Oh my god.
Go ahead.
There's a real Paperboy movement right
Bro,
there.
this
Real
was the
fucking
craziest.
Paperboy
This was the
movement.
craziest thing ever, bro. This is like the pressure. This is the pressure of real life. Man. Everyone should be healthy. Everyone should go like especially if you're having sex, you should practice safe sex and like be open with your partner, all that, completely respectful, everyone, always,
Yeah.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, going to Planned Parenthood, shout out to them. We need to give them funding. You need to go and donate money because they're a great place for the community. They do a lot of work. And so I went there. I just went to go get tested or whatever, like regularly, just because it's called safe. It's called like something. There's like something where it's like just for like knowledge. It's like not like knowledge of self, but it's just for like you can clear your conscience of like knowing if you have STD. So I went just to go, just because I was just like, hey, let me be healthy. Like I'm single, I'm fresh out of like all these situations or whatever, and I'm just trying to like fix some stuff. And then it was crazy because I'm in the clinic or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I didn't go there that day. Like I went there by myself. So I'm walking down the street to Reek's apartment. Like Reek lives like right down there. So I was like, all right, let me go smoke with this nigga.
Yeah.
So I'm walking there, and there was a couple in the clinic, right? There was a couple in the clinic that pulled up next to me as I'm walking to Reek's apartment. Mind you, it's only like a block away, so I'm not like walking very far, like
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
So they pulled up next to me, and there's like little bicycle, my Instagram handle. They're
Yeah.
like, "Is that you?" After they just see me at like the STD clinic, you know? And they're just like,
The
"Yo!"
STD clinic.
And then I was just like, man, this is great. This is cool. And they're like, it gets even worse. They were like, "Do you need a ride?" I was like, "No, I'm going right here. Like I'm going across the street. Like no, I'm okay." So it's funny, like if I wasn't me, like that would have fucking broken me. Like it was fucking hilarious. Like it was like one of those moments, like I shit you not, like you can't make that up. And it's like I have to like live for that. Like I have to live through that and like live for that, because it's just like it like other people would be so embarrassed, and like as embarrassing as it is, it's just like okay, like
That
that's
shit
also my
fun.
truth, you know. That's
shit
also my
fun.
truth. So that's the truth. You know what I mean? Like I have to live my truth, and that's where we're at now.
You can't really, you gotta move differently. You get seen in a different light. People expect shit that's not even realistic. Man.
Yeah.
They just be thinking that like we got it like that. You know what I'm saying? We definitely blessed, man. Like to be able to live here and like, you know, just to be able to focus on music every day. That's a blessing. It's kind of at that point where Paperboy, like. Everybody knows Paperboy.
Yeah.
That nigga got
But
robbed,
nigga,
and he
that
was
nigga
like,
got-
"You'll be good, dog."
Yeah, niggas think he's good. Like he's not. Like he needs help.
We're still
you know
people.
what I'm saying? Yeah, he needs help. He needs somebody to fucking talk to. and he needs money. You know what I'm saying? He just gets like assumptions. That's the thing, bro. Assumptions, hella assumptions, and it's
like,
it's what we signed up for, though.
Yeah, like granted, like being talented immediately creates this aura, or this persona about you that makes people become presumptuous. You know what I mean? They already tie a certain level of success to you just because you begin to stand out or you have a certain amount of like talent. And they kind of equate that with like wealth and all of this other status, which is like, that's cool, but like maybe I need a therapist or something. You know what I mean? Like some of it is just like, oh shit, like there's other things that you should like weigh in on and realize about people. Some of our favorite artists, you know what I mean? With the passing of fucking Anthony Bourdain, like that was crazy. Like that dude is super influential as far as like super, like all kinds of media, you know what I mean? And he hung himself. So, you know, that says a lot about people and their personal experiences.
You feel like y'all are beginning to express what y'all are going through personally more into y'all's music?
Most definitely.
Yeah, every day I'm getting closer to like the new formula of just being able to say, this is like the secret that I always tell people to do music. It's like say as much as you can without saying anything. But like in that too, now I have to add another sentiment to that is make sure you're saying your honest truth as well. So to where even if, you know, people might misconstrue it or take it a different way, make sure you're living what you're saying at least.
Yeah.
And if you're not, explain why you're not, you know?
Y'all got any projects that y'all got coming out?
Yeah.
Y'all want to elaborate on that?
Two.
Two of them.
No.
Two.
Two.
Deuce.
That's the name of it?
It's part of it. It's part of the name. It's in there.
How often do y'all create and get together?
As much as we can. I have to twist people's arm to get them in the studio. Like I have like 2-3 engineers, but like it's usually just more of like bullying them into like, hey, record me today. So as much as we can.
Yeah, I think I got three places go-tos. Just got the studio here, and it's just crazy because Clef's working with, you know, he works with a lot of pop artists.
Yeah, I get to get him all the time.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy,
it's
bro.
like,
He's like my roommate, and like I have to schedule shit with him. You know
So
what I'm
that
saying?
sucks.
So it's he has to, you know, he's got a family and shit too. So like he's got his whole life that he has to deal with on the side, and then I just started working with kind of I can't say that part, but a lot of the things are going, like I can see like the type of people are like the attraction, the law of attraction has been working lately, where I just want to be surrounded by authentic people who are just like trying to find the new thing, like the new, not trying to ride no fucking waves. And I rather fucking sit at home and not record than be in a studio with a bunch of people just trying to make the same shit that's already out right now. Like to me, it's working backwards. You know, repetition works. Repetition's cool. I might learn something in that shit, but when it's released, I'm not gonna be proud of it. So I don't really feel like. Lately, bro, I ain't even been wanting to actually be in the studio that much. Like I'm more of like traveling and like gathering the experiences and just realizing, like honing in on what I do want to talk about at the time. So when I do go in the studio, it's like song is pretty much writing itself already.
Yeah.
So it's not very frequent, but it's like as much as we can still. So it's like at least like in the studio at least 4 or 5 times a month at least. But then like it varies from month to month. Like there's some months, like I think May I only touched the studio like twice, and it was like crazy, but I just had so much going on, like it didn't make any sense to like try to get in the studio.
Are there any artists in San Antonio y'all trying to work with or fuck with?
Can you get her? What was the
Artists here in San Antonio we're trying to work with. Us.
Niggas be disappointing me, bro.
Yeah, it's
I'd be like, yeah, I want to work with this nigga, and then like.
And then they let you down by doing some fuck
dumb shit,
some really regular people shit, and it sucks because like even though we make some crazy music, it's not gonna be pushing the boundaries like we wanted to. You know what I mean? Like sonically, it's not gonna be.
Hey, my nigga.
Sonically, it's not gonna be as cohesive. It wouldn't be the same as I don't know. It's almost forced now. You know what I mean? Because everyone seems to kind of be in their little niche. Like everyone's kind of like gravitating towards their little role. I only make this type of record. I only make this type of video, and it's like really disgusting. It's like, dude, you're so like we could be homies. You know what I mean? Like some of these people are still my friends, but it's just like they're not trying to do anything further than themselves right now. So a lot of people are getting caught up in just the attention that they might get from the internet and stuff like that. Like, I don't even have Twitter anymore, so like, I don't know. It's crazy. You have to look at what people are doing behind the scenes and how much they revel just in themselves. And there's not a lot of people here, like, as far as rappers, I would fuck with. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people behind the scenes, like, people playing different instruments and, like, just stuff like that.
Hell
and, like,
yeah.
different singers, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But,
I like bringing in the live instruments.
Yeah.
Guitars. Shout out my man Dan. That he comes in here every day and just fucks it up every day. I'm really interested in working with people who can do shit that I can't.
Yeah.
Like, just can't do it.
Like,
you know?
everyone from the city that I want to work with, I've worked with already. And they're not your typical artists now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, yeah, they're like, I fuck with them. Like, I wanna, like, I fuck with Sippy, King Sippy's dope. Vaughn, MG Vaughn, that shit's just, that's authentic to me.
Yeah.
Like, but do I see myself in the studio with them? You know, that's a different question to ask, because for me, it's a different experience. I like creating experiences and shit, and some people don't want to step outside the box. Some people do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So a lot of times, bro, we be making songs. I remember one time, Red Rum, it was like, what, 4 or 5 people on a track?
Yeah.
And we did it in the middle of a fucking party. Like, we had a party going on here.
Yeah.
And like, our homie had a session.
And we kind of boss hogged it.
Yeah.
We kind of were like, hey, this is our song now.
Yeah, he had a session, and we was just like, he was like asking us, oh yeah, okay. But the thing is, like, he was just like, yeah, you want to get on, fuck it. Yeah, fuck, yeah. You want to move my verse?
Yeah.
Fucking put his verse at the end of the song. You know what I'm saying?
And it was his song.
Yeah, it was his song. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just like, and the next thing you know, the next person would come in the room, and then Blues would come in and be like, oh shit, nigga, he wrote his shit in like 2 minutes and was like, all right, already got it. And then Ethan came in, the Biz came in, and was just like, he was like, oh, you want to be on it too? And he was just like, dog, like, that was like straight authentic.
Yeah.
Like, nothing was forced. It was just like, we was all just in the mix already, you know?
So, like, yeah, not to take away from us not wanting to work with other people or not being open to it, but that's the whole point, you know what I mean? It has to be that moment. It has to be free-flowing now, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to call somebody and be like, oh, nigga, what's up? We need to lock in and get in the studio. When are you free? When are you off work?
Yeah.
I don't like to do that. It's like, if we have our working relationship already, it's going to be so much better just because I know where your head's at. I know where your heart is, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I fuck with, shout out LaRaw, though, because he's the one who made that happen.
He also produced this for me, too. So.
Yeah, he produced Neck.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's hard as fuck. Other guy is my fucking, like, just one of my best friends, and that's Who. Nobody really, he's just starting to release his shit, but I actually started making music with him, like, before I even met Reek.
Yeah.
We was just fucking around. We would just make, like, just bullshit. I'll make a whole song on some gay shit. Like, when I say gay, I mean like gay shit. Like, I was just saying the most gayest possible shit, just so like I could show my homies at school the next day and just be like, look at their faces, and they'll be like, oh, what the fuck are you saying, type shit, and I just laugh.
But there's nothing wrong with homosexuality. We love everyone.
Of course not. But that shows you how much I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't care, bro. And me and him, we started making hooks, and he was like kind of realizing that, like, oh shit, like, you kind of like, you got something here, like, we're not fucking around anymore, you're actually doing something. So he saw my growth, and he was always on the artistic side. He like draws and shit.
Yeah.
And like along the way, never asked me for no features, never asked to come backstage, never asked, like, he was never on no dick riding tip, bro. It was always love. And for so many years for him to not ask to work, and then us finally get in, and I know where his head's at. We don't even need to speak. It's like, I can go months without talking to him, and we come together type shit. Like, that's the type of shit I like working with. Like, when we get in there, it's like, we don't need to have no topic or anything like that. It's just fucking, it's authentic, it's genuine. But, yeah, so I feel like no, that's still part of the question. We didn't really, yeah. So, shout out Who. So.
Yeah, he actually also does a lot of my artwork recently, too.
Yeah.
He did the artwork for Rockstar 3, and also Mucus, and also Lust Demons, and also some other stuff, too.
Yeah, he did Daddy and Shame. He's got some other stuff in the cut for me, too. So.
I think the last question that was on everybody's mind was how the test came out. Was it positive or negative? When you came out the clinic?
Cut.
You left out the
I like this guy. I like this guy.
He fucking grilled me. Are we still recording?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to say it, bro,
We're not. We're not.
Mine came out negative. I'm straight. We still wrapping it up though.
A couple of mine have come out negative before.
Yeah.
This was a while ago. It's okay. Everything's fine now. Everything's fine now. It's not AIDS.
Oh shit. Hey, bro, rolling the dice. I'm blessed to be here. Blessed. That was funny. That was a good question.
That's the important question.
Take off a nigga who do not deliver. Take off a nigga who do not deliver.
Put that little bitch on the team, put that little bitch on the knees. Take the little perk and I peek. I don't want nothing to eat.